How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope you had a phenomenal weekend. If you've already begun the holiday festivities and the hangouts and get-togethers, hope those are going well. If not, get ready, it's coming. But welcome to the live. We have an amazing episode. Mr. Darrell is in here to talk about some more fascinating engineering topics. As always, I like to leave all the fancy stuff for him because he knows a lot more about that than me. But what I do know about is what's going on this week here at Mallett. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Today's topic is going to be on flooding and flood vents, why they're important. Great information. Like I said, stick around next few minutes and Mr. Darrell is going to hop right into that. But before we get there, we want to remind you that we always like to offer $500 off your next Mallett building to anyone who is a healthcare worker, first responder, military personnel, or teacher and or educator. It is just our way of saying thank you so much for all you do. You give so much for our community, and we just want to be able to give a little bit of what we can back to you when you decide to get your Mallett building. So $500 off if you fall into one of those categories. Happy Monday, Mr. Tim. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, that's an elite ambassador right there, you guys. That's Mr. Tim Tackett himself. So happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. Now, moving right along, if you comment cash on a video just like this, the magical Christmas tiger is going to give you $1,000 off your next elite or signature building. Now, keep in mind, he does not have it in him to give this deal to promotional prices or specials. Those are already some phenomenal offers, you guys, but any regular priced Mallett buildings, you get $1,000 off if it is an elite or signature tier building, and that's money you can save in your pocket. Also, if you fall into one of these workforce categories, you can combine that with Tiger Cash and get $1,500 off your regular priced Mallett elite or signature building when you comment cash below on a video just like this one. Now, moving right along, where's Mallett? We're in the triple digits this week, you guys. Even on a holiday week, it is amazing to see. I had to do a different graph today because there were so many dots. So 102 different jobs going on this week between Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, you guys. All the way past College Station this time, all the way up here to Mississippi, up past Ruston, Shreveport, all throughout the I-10 area. So much is going on this week. Let's check it out. We got 75 jobs in Louisiana. Look at all these pockets of activity going on here all throughout the state. We have buildings in construction, materials on the ground, inspections happening, fill sand to prepare for the form process, forming, concrete, gutters, plumbing, finishes, electrical, and even some red tags going on. What is a red tag? As Mr. Trent said, that is when we need to go back and do additional repairs, fixes, maybe some material was late or whatever it may be. Anything that prevents a job from being marked as finished, we go back and take care of that. We have a few of those going on this week, which means we have 5 jobs that should be completely taken care of and in perfect Mallett condition. The rain stops, the jobs pop. Hey, we have been waiting for this rain to go away and we're using every day we can, Mr. Tim. But we are everywhere from St. Martinville, Ball, Iota, Lockport, Lulling, Adis, Broussard, Ragley, Folsom, Madisonville, Cottonport, Scott, Brobridge, Elizabeth, Church Point, Schriever. You get the point, you guys. We are all over Louisiana in all different stages of the Mallett build. We'd love to see it. Now, jumping in number this week, we have Texas with 26 jobs going on. You know, I said for you Texas people to give us a call, and you really have been, so it's awesome to see you guys getting those buildings built. But we are all over Texas, around the Waco area, past College Station, like I said, all throughout Katy, Houston, Beaumont area, all the way back to the border, you guys. Same thing, in construction, on the ground, inspections, finishers, fill sand, forms, concrete, gutters, electrical, and 2 red tags, you guys. All of this is, weather permitting, going to be began or finished this week, and that's super exciting, you guys. Now, December specials and promotions, speaking of exciting things, we have the Christmas Rival Neighborhood Special that is still going on, you guys. December is almost over. It is the week of Christmas. Next week, we have a brand new year, finishing off strong with the Neighborhood Special, you guys. This thing has been so popular, far more than I was expecting it to be. We've had so many interactions and so much engagement, people asking more information about this. It's phenomenal to see. Now, what is so special about the Christmas Rival that's been garnering so much attention? Let me tell you. We have a 20 by 40 by 12 building for $16,999. Now, what comes in there and how's that price so low? I'll let you know. 29 gauge metal, 4 on 12 roof pitch, 2x6 common flat trusses, 130-mile-an-hour wind-rated building, no uplift control, posts are going to go straight into the ground, 3,000 PSI concrete 2x8 headers, no ground protection, and a 2-year workmanship warranty. Now, Tyler, that doesn't sound like a Mallett building. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because you're correct. These are the specs of what we consider industry standards, of what everyone else out there is promoting that they build. These are industry standard specs, which means we can give you an industry standard price with the Mallett quality build, because the team here at Mallett will be the one putting together this Christmas rival in your neighborhood. So you get the best builders in the country with, I say, the best price in the country for this building. So you get a 20 by 40 by 12 built by Mallett for $16,999, you guys. Give it a try. It's an awesome deal. And if you want something a little bit more, we have a 20 by 50 by 12, also in our Christmas rival. Same industry standard specs, same phenomenal price, same great builders here at Mallett, you guys. Something you can't turn down. Now, in this process of you deciding who you want to be your builder for your next building, hopefully it's Mallett, but we want you to make that decision upon an educated and informational decisions made by you and the research that you have done. And to help you with that research, we have the 5 red flags on things that you should look for when you are deciding who you want to be your builder. Now, red flag number 1, we want you to make sure they have been in business for a reputable amount of time. You can do this on the Secretary of State website. They say most businesses don't make it past 3 to 5 years. If you have, you're doing something right. Make sure the people you're doing business with, I like to say, have been around as long as they say their warranties are, because how can they enforce a warranty if they haven't been around long enough to even see the lifetime of that warranty? So here at Mallett, we've been around 27 years now, and we're going strong, looking for 30, 40, and 50, and so on. But we have been around for a long time. We are proud of that. And in those 27 years, we've had over 25,000 buildings on the ground. We've got some experience under our belt, and we're happy about that. It means our craftsmanship and quality are far above everyone else, and we are proud about that. So you can check out how long they've been in business at the Secretary of State website. Now, licensure. All this time means nothing if you're not legally licensed to do the work that you're doing, because first off, you're breaking the law. And that goes into the next part, which is our contractor violations. Licensure and contractor violations can both be found on the Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors, or the LSLBC for short. Now, you want to make sure they're licensed, not breaking the law. They're actually a business. Here at Mallett, we're licensed commercial, residential, industrial contractors, as well as a slew of other things. And as you're going to meet our in-house engineer, Mr. Darrell, we are a licensed engineering firm as well. So you can verify all that at the LSLBC. You also want to verify while you're there, make sure they have no contractor violations. We are proud to say in our 27 years that we have 0 contractor violations here at Mallett. And unfortunately, most other people cannot say that is their number, but you can find that information for yourself at the LSLBC. Just be sure you vet your contractor. If they're hiding those violations from you, maybe you want to ask why. That's all we want to say about that. Now, reviews on BBB and Google. As always, I like to say I could stand up here and sing the praises of Mallett buildings all day long, but I'd much rather allow the 685 plus reviewers between the BBB and Google who have done that for us and garnered us a 4.9 star review over 685 plus reviews across 2 platforms. We are also A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau, and we're very happy and proud of that. However, we like to say, go check out what the public has to say about us, because no better testimonial than the people who have gone through the process and are happy or even unhappy customers. So go check out what they have to say online, do some research for yourself. We've got almost 700 reviews from you to choose from, so if you got some time on your hands after the live today, go check those out and see what people have to say about us. And finally, red flag number 5, we want to visit the contractor's facility. Now, we don't just say this because we have what I think is the best facility in the area. You guys, we are one of 3 truss manufacturers in the state of Louisiana, as far as we know. And that means we can do things that no one else that's selling you post-frame construction can do, because we take care of everything here in-house. We have our very own truss plant. We're about to have our roll form plant operational. We have our gutter operation, our packing plant, our shipping plant. We have so much stuff going on here at Mallett. It's absolutely insane. The logistics behind everything we do, for most people would be a nightmare, but it's down to a nice, tight run ship here at Mallett, you guys, and it's a beautiful thing to see. We really want you to come check it out yourself, and on top of that, you can meet everyone here at the office who is going to be taking care of your building and you during the entire process, from your sales specialist, your building specialist, to the designers who are going to make your visions come to life, to the builders who are going to put your building together, to the schedulers who are going to be helping you through the whole process. You get to meet the whole team, shake some hands, see people face to face, and just know the people behind your build. It's something we love to offer here at Mallett, and I like to say we even have a nice, freshly cleaned popcorn machine making the best popcorn ever, I have to say. It's better than the movie theater and a heck of a lot cheaper, so trust me on this one. It's a beautiful thing. Come check it out. Now, why Mallett? The Rival Series industry standard specs, you guys. We went over that here recently. Let me tell you where Mallett begins with our specs and our standards. We're gonna have every building comes with a 26 gauge metal standard. You're gonna have a 5-on-12 roof pitch, 2x8 scissor trusses that are third-party inspected. As we've shown on our YouTube channel, we had the truss inspector in, and we went and interviewed him while he was here doing his inspections, and he went over everything on why what he does is important and the importance of having third-party verification as from a consumer standpoint. I highly recommend checking that out. It was very informational. Now, we're gonna have 170-mile-an-hour wind rating on the roof system. That's gonna be between the roof pitch, the trusses, the 2x12 headers. All of this is gonna work in tandem to create this amazing wind rating for the roof system. We're also gonna have down low the Mallett cable lock system, which is going to be this 1/8 inch aircraft cable that locks all the posts together and sits under the slab on top of a moisture barrier, and that slab is going to create the dead weight pushing these cables down, and it's going to prevent uplift. Say if you have a door or window malfunction during a high wind scenario, that wind's going to rush in and want to pick that building up. This cable lock system is going to be pushed under the slab and allow you to be safe and have confidence knowing your building isn't going anywhere. We love that. We're also going to have 4,000 PSI concrete, and that's going to be also under every post as well as a post pad to prevent unwanted settling and sinking of the post. Now, we're going to have skirt board guards as well. We start with a 4-year workmanship warranty on our Classic, going up to a 10 on our Elite series. And every building is going to have #1 MCA ground treated kiln dried lumber, you guys, to help prolong the lifespan of your wood and help prevent wood destroying insects. Also, our in-house engineer, as we've mentioned, everything is verified to make sure it is top quality, which is the Mallett way. And this begins the Mallett Classic. Now, speaking of the Mallett Classic, we're not done with our December specials for the month. We have the Cajun Oasis Classic, you guys. This is a phenomenal building. I have to say, this one's outsold even the Rival that we were talking about on its phenomenal showing that it's done. 30x50x12 for only $49,999, you guys. And that's going to include full insulation, climate control with a 5-ton unit that is heated and cooled, as well as a full electrical package, meaning when you get this building, it's going to come essentially what I would like to say, turnkey ready. You can do whatever you want. Mr. Tim says, bless you. Once you're done with this building, you can flip on the power, heat it, cool it, do whatever you want. It makes a perfect home gym, a perfect outdoor office, a perfect entertainment area, watch the game, play some pool, do whatever you want that you can fit in a 30x50x12 can happen here as soon as it's done being built, you guys. And that's going to be a $16,000 value between the 5-ton unit and electrical package. And on top of that, if spray foam is something that interests you, be sure to ask about that and we can make that happen as well, you guys. This is the Cajun Oasis Classic. Now, if you want a little bit more oomph and something a little bit just beefier and a lot more better, honestly, we have the Cajun Oasis Elite. That's going to include all the features that were listed previously. However, it's going to be on our Elite package. Optional wainscoting. You're going to have 145-mile-an-hour wind rating on the building, 170 on the roof system. You're going to have closer truss and post spacing, as well as a slew of other features that you have thrown in all for just $10,000 more. So at $59,999, you get this 30x50x12 Elite building. That is a Cajun Oasis branded, which means you get all this amazing $16,000 value included. So make sure you check that out. This is the last month. I don't know when the Cajun Oasis is coming back, you guys. It was here for the summer and it went away. We brought it back for December, but I'm not sure when it's going to be promoted again. So you got a week left. December's almost over. I know it's the holidays, but start a savings plan. Start something. Get on the books. Now, moving along, the Mallett Ambassador Club. We have been spotlighting our ambassadors every week, you guys. We're so happy to do that. Thank you, all of you who are our ambassadors. You are the lifeblood of this company. We thank you for everything you do. If you are interested in being an ambassador, comment ambassador below. We will send you all the information that you need to get in touch with the team here to get you on the books as an ambassador. This is going to be someone who has purchased a Mallett building. That's the only entry. You have to purchase a Mallett building and be willing to show off the building, do a testimonial, do all this fun stuff that helps us market the buildings, but also what it helps us do is promote your building. So when anyone is interested in your area who wants to see a completed Mallett building, we can send them your way, and it gives you another chance to earn that amazing referral fee that we have here at Mallett, so you can get paid and we can have more people happy to have a Mallett building. Now, on to the next portion. We're going to have Mr. Darrell come talk about flooding and flood vents. Stay tuned. Not sure if he has a joke or not, but if he does, get your giggle box ready because it's going to be a good one. But Mr. Darrell is coming on, and we will see you guys later.
Hey, I'm Darrell, the engineer here at Mallett, and I do have some more jokes. I don't know about giggle box, but I do have some more because, you know, these are dad jokes, bad jokes. So what is the best Christmas present? A broken drum. Why? Because you just can't beat it. So why are Santa's elves depressed? Because they have low elf esteem. They're getting better. After the wise men gave their gifts of gold and frankincense, Mary and Joseph started to thank them, but the third one spoke up, saying, "But wait, there's myrrh." Okay, now you got to listen to this one. A while back, I was in the hotel lobby and I spotted a couple of chess enthusiasts bragging about their past wins. They were chestnuts boasting in an open foyer. Okay, just a couple more before I get fired. What did the gingerbread man put on his bed? A cookie sheet. What do snowmen eat for breakfast? Ice Krispies. Okay. And you too can find all these corny Christmas jokes to make your grandchildren go, ugh, on Christmas Day, which is what I plan on doing. But today I want to talk a little bit about flooding and flood vents. The reason I want to talk about it is because we just finished a job that had flood vents. But this also involves a topic of how it takes a team effort to get the permit for a project. And you, as the building owner, are a part of that team. You know, I've been dealing with permit people every day for 20 years. I've been an engineer for 40 years, but part of that I was doing a little bit of other stuff. But for 20 years, every day, that's what I do. I help people get permits. And so you would think that I would know everything that could possibly come up with involving your permit, but I don't. And sometimes we get surprised. And one reason we get surprised is because these local jurisdictions, they have the authority to make some arbitrary decisions. Just to give you a couple examples. So in Lafourche Parish, if you go to the ATC Hazard website that I've told you about before, it will tell you that the design wind load for a certain location in like Thibodaux in Lafourche Parish may be 131 miles an hour. But Lafourche Parish has a standard rule that every structure in Lafourche Parish has to be designed for 150. And that's written somewhere in the code, but the code's big. You'd have to, for each municipality. So that's one example of something that just came up today. So we gave a guy a price for a building based on 130 miles an hour, and now we find out that the building has to be 150 miles an hour. That 20 miles per hour changes the spacing of our post. And so that's one example. Another example was a situation that Mr. Brent Ferguson told me about. In Calcasieu Parish, if your building is larger than 1,200 square feet, you aren't allowed to put flood vents. You have to raise the building to 1 foot above the base flood elevation, and we're going to talk about some of that stuff. But that's I wasn't aware of that, and so the point is, it's good for you as the owner to go and see your permit people. You go to the permit department, sit down and tell them what you're doing, and they will many times they will tell you some of these hidden fun facts that can delay your project. So, but let's go through these slides that I prepared. So I told you several weeks ago, I talked to you about this tremendous flood that we had, 2 floods, I think, in 2016, where around Lafayette and around Baton Rouge, it rained in just a few days. It rained 21 to 31 inches in 2016. And then, and the reports are written about it. And then I found this map. So this map gives you the locations of the major flooding events that have occurred in America over the past 150 years. And you will notice that most of the flood events happened here in Hurricane Alley and here down in Miami, which is Florida, which is Hurricane Alley. And then this big dot here is Hurricane Sandy. And then these dots follow the Ohio River, and these dots follow the Mississippi River. And so, anyway, that's most of the flooding. But as you see, we live in a place where just a tremendous amount of flooding has occurred over the years. This map shows you the hurricane hits on the U.S. mainland from 1851 to 2017. And Florida leads the way with 117, but Texas has 64, Louisiana has 54, and then Mississippi 16, Alabama 23. So you see that once again, that Hurricane Alley is a place that brings a lot of water our way. And of course, if you've lived here and you notice the weather, you just see that we get this tropical moisture where these fronts come across this way and it pulls the moisture up that way. And so we get tremendous amounts of rain. Everybody knows that. And so it's a part of life. And so the state has written statutes, laws, and this is 2 examples. This says the legislature of the state of Louisiana has delegated the responsibility of local government units to adopt regulations designed to minimize flood losses. and this is for the city of Covington, and this is for Ascension Parish, says the same thing. And so it's a part of state law, and then it becomes a part of local statutes. And then, and so as a result of that, this is a letter from City of Covington that said all enclosed spaces below base flood elevation are required to have hydrostatic flood vents. Please indicate compliance and include specification sheet for the hydrostatic vents. And then this is something that Ascension Parish came up with after their big flood event in 2016, where the surveyor has to fill out this form and stamp it which shows the elevation of the property of the proposed building. And so those are documents that you have, that's a document that you would have to turn in to the permit department if you were building one of our structures in Ascension Parish. And so that brings you to the project that we were involved in. So this is a picture of the flood map around the Lake Charles area, and the blue area is the flood area, and you'll see it's a big area, and so there's the interstate, and there's 210, and this is probably Ham Reed Road, and you see it's pretty dry, but then this is the this is where the big bridge is, and then our project is way over here, and then this was our specific project. There's the existing house, and they were going to build the storage unit. Well, the storage unit was either in this blue area or part of it was in the blue area. So as a result, they said that we had to put in flood vents. Now, so not only do you have the state passing laws mandating that the local governments minimize flood, then you have FEMA that puts out these guide booklets. This was not a booklet, this was a big book. Requirements for flood openings and foundation walls and enclosures. And this is FEMA Bulletin, Technical Bulletin 1, March 2020. And it tells you that you have to have at least 2 openings on different sides of an enclosure, and the bottom of the opening must not be more than 1 foot above the grade. And then it says on another page in this book, it says that the flood vents must provide 1 square inch of open area for each square foot of enclosed area. So if you have a 1,200 square foot building, you have to have 1,200 square inches of flood vent. And so this is our project, and it's a 1,200 square foot building. And so we put 1 flood vent on that wall, and then another flood vent on that wall. And then here it is, you can see it on the floor plan. We put 1 flood vent here, and then we put another one here. And so our flood vents are 36 by 24. So Tyler, can you tell me what 36 times 24 is on your phone real quick? I can't remember what it is. I think it's like, there's a picture of the actual building. 864. So 864. So this is the typical flood vent that we put in. It's 36 by 24, and it's got these openings. And so, so those two flood vents provide enough opening for our 1,200 square foot building. Now, because this is in Calcasieu Parish, if our building had been 1,300 square feet, flood vents wouldn't have been allowed, and they would have had to raise their building, which I really don't get the exact point of that law, but there's a lot of things that I don't get the point of, and oftentimes I fight about it. So that's what it looks like from the outside. But so all this together just shows you that it's a team effort. Sometimes people get mad at us because they say, well, you should have known this. And, we try our best to be proactive and to find out what's going on with these permit departments and to find out the requirements. But sometimes it's just really, really almost impossible to find out these things. But you can help in this process by being a part of the team. And when you get your permit, when you go down there, go down to the permit office or call the permit office and talk to them about it, and specifically about the flood requirements. One other thing that has happened because of these flood events is the situation called no net fill areas. And I deal with that in Ascension Parish and in St. Tammany Parish, where they require that every bucket of dirt you bring into a site, you have to take a bucket of dirt out. And if you don't have a big site, it really gets to be, it puts some constraints on your building. And so, as I've said before, what you end up doing, you build an ant mound for your building, and then you have to build a moat around your building. So every bucket of dirt you bring in, you take a bucket of dirt out. So, but that's another thing, and that's very hard to know whether or not your particular piece of property is on that list. St. Tammany Parish has a critical drainage area map on their website, but they will tell you that this may not be the most up-to-date map, and you have to check with them to find out if your particular lot is in a no net fill area. And so, once again, it's a, I guess one polite way to say it is, it's a fluid situation and always changing. And so we try our best to be on top of it, but you just understand that it takes a team to get a permit. So y'all have a Merry Christmas. I'm gonna have a Merry Christmas, and I'm gonna tell some more corny jokes on Christmas Day. So y'all, see y'all next week.